Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. How's it going? Depending on wherever you are in the world. Um, got a few requests here, so just gonna go through. I'm just on my normal Barbarian. We're just on the farm build, which is Wrath of the Waste Whirlwind with the Rend Barb. It's just a basic speed farmer build. But people are asking about the follower and the follower's skills. So at the moment, this is not right or wrong. It's probably a bit different, but this is pretty much what was meta requested with a couple of different. So the cap, we don't need to worry about strength, increase in armor, dexterity, increase in bonus multiplier, and a vitality for life, because we've got a source, smoking turnable, sorry. Equip on follower, your follower cannot die. But we want her intelligence maxed out, which caps at 25,000 intelligence. So the basic rule of thumb is everything's an intelligence build. You just set up a wizard, re-roll everything for int, and then get rid of it, basically. So Spoken Turnable with the follower cannot die equip on the secondary. Now, this is a bit of a questionable one. Canes inside, I'm using the 3-piece of canes because I've been farming so much for paragons and things like that. I've used that, so the secondary set of 3 canes destiny pieces. Greater Rift Keystones drop 25%. For an extra one to drop means farming for Greater Rift Keystones is quicker and easier. If you needed, let's say, augment or main stat gems, you'd only wear 2 pieces of the cane set on the Enchantress. Broken Crown. So you put whatever gem you put in the Broken Crown drops twice, so you get twice as many main stat gems. So in this case, it would be a red gem for strength for our Barbarian. So canes, 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 helm, gloves, and legs. 2 pieces Sage's Journey, just for the stat boost for intelligence, to help us make sure we maintain up that cap of 25,000 intelligence on it. Homing pads. Your town portal is no longer interrupted by taking damage. Just makes everything so much more convenient. So we're kind of on our follower as a Z if a support build with us. So with homing pads, we would also use Flavor of Time. Paladin effects last twice as long. These are emanating, if you notice, they say in blue. The emanate, so they work with both the follower and yourself. Now, secondary, especially for push. Nemesis braces, because again, that's another emanating secondary. Oculus ring. The Oculus ring spawns on the floor, jump in, double damage. In this case, 83% damage because it's not a very good Oculus ring. And I've got the Avarice band here because for the gold farm build, it's got a stat for intelligence, crit. But you pick a gold, increase your golden health up with radius by 1 yard for 10 seconds, stacking up to 30 times. And that's when we're doing a gold find speed bar build. So gold wrap and gold skin combo on this build, for example. You're jumping it's like a 1 minute 30, 2 minute rift while you're farming Nephilims to get greater rift keystones, for example. Then finally, Thunder Fury Blessblade of the Windseeker. Chance on hit to blast your enemy with lightning, dealing 349 damage. Now this is a slight damage reduction and crowd control effect for your build because it helps pull everything together. Obviously, it's got all the bits working synergy, so it just takes a bit of crowd control off you onto the follower because she's got the source, so the follower cannot die. Now, these are I'm sure there's some variation to these, as I say, with the Broken Crown to the Cane 3-piece. Aquila Caress is there just for a stat boost, basically, because there's nothing else I could really fit in the chest for the follower, to be honest. Um, Obviously, intelligence gems just to boost up to keep it to the cap, because you wanted the intelligence at 25,000 intelligence. And now for the skills, talents. Temporal Pulse, Enchantress casts a guided orb that damages and slows enemies. That works as a mechanic as a knockback, which helps with your other things that you're doing. Reduces your skills cooldowns with Prophetic Harmony. Cooldown reduction is always good. As I say, this build doesn't have very good cooldown reduction, only 29%, just because of the nature of the gear, and it is just a farm build. I'm never going to push with this season. The Raya Core Captain's Crimson 4-piece, 2-piece build. With the Boulder Toss Ancient Spear is easily it's the only S tier Barbarian build for this season. So without a deviation. Go on to the third set. Powered shield, reduce damage from rage attacks, increases armor and slows melee attackers for you and your Enchantress. Fantastic. And then lastly, Fate's Lapse. When you take fatal damage, Enchantress empowers you to move through time, slowing the world around you and avoid death. So essentially a second life without having to put it in there as a passive second life. And lose one of your damage skills for Nerves of Steel, which is essentially a second life as well. So it allows us to keep our passives up for maximise our DPS in this build. And this is not with this build, this is with any Barbarian build. I use the same Enchantress, same specs. Say the only thing I would change, depending on what you're farming, personally, Kane's Insight Helm, just have the 2-piece, so you lose the 25% chance for an extra Greater Rift Keystone to drop, but you gain an extra main stat, in this case a red ruby gem with drops. So if you're trying to augment or whatever you're trying to do with your build and how you're progressing through the season with and how you're going through the game. I do hope that helped. I fully aware I'm not doing an awful lot here. I'm just kind of whittering away, but it was a requested thing. I say the support needs to be, or the Enchantress needs to be followed and thought of as a support build. Second Life, she gives you extra shielding, she gives knockbacks, and then Flavor of Time emanates, Nemesis Braces emanates. The Oculus Ring is the double damage on the floor, almost at 83% on this occasion. The Holman Badge, just a port out to stop it being a pain. The Avarice Band, another emanating secondary, just for when you're doing a gold find build. I've just left it in there because it's got intelligence for the stats to keep the intelligence maxed out and capped at 25,000 intelligence. But have a nice day, everyone. Hope you're having a good one, and I'll probably speak to you tomorrow. Enjoy. Sorry, before I go, please like, subscribe, follow. Any questions, feel free to comment. If there's anything I've missed, feel free to comment. And I'll do my best to keep the content going daily or every other day for you on the YouTube channel. Thanks very much. Bye.